All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. New York Predator Department, tell you, man went out for her birthday. She came back and she started, like I said, whole targeting shit. She wearing all black. She left the house in jeans and sneakers, came back all dressed up, all done up, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you. I was like, wow. She packed a whole bag just to go get a massage, and I'm like, wow. Anyhow, so she came back and started doing the perp shit. She was wearing all black, started in front of me, walking back and forth in front of me. I'm like, yeah, okay, I see you wearing all black. I know they've been using the color black in my targeting, right? And then she goes undressed, wearing all black again, and comes helping my daughter do some multiplication sheets that I printed out for her. And, came right by us and passed gas. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? I said, nobody over here wants to smell your flatulous, gassy self. But anyway, so they started, New York Predator Department always started using their sirens in home surveillance, constant. And I was like, listen, yeah. I was going to leave earlier, but I had to make sure that check Alyssa's work, make sure it was correct. I had to. We didn't get to finish the math homework that she missed because I just realized. I said, you know what? She needs to go over some basic multiplications. So today I gave her some sheets to do single multiplication factor. We did 3 times. So 3 times, 2 digits and 3 times 1 digits. And tomorrow I'm going to give her multiplication factors by 2 and then by 3. Right? And she was doing it, and then like I said, I've done a lot of work with her in the past for her to learn her times tables, and she knew her times tables. 8 years old, she knew her times tables up until the 12 time tables. And I got to Pam and I said, listen, when I'm not there and I ask you to make sure that she studies her tables, you don't do it. And again, she always wants to blame it on me, right? It's my fault. I'm the one that's supposed to be helping the kids with their homework. I do, but I can't help the kids with their homework if you are making them go to bed late, if you are not paying attention to them in the home, and they up during the night on a school night, or you don't listen and do their hair on a Sunday night, and they send them to bed at 1 o'clock at night on a Monday morning. But it's my fault. At that point, I confront her on it now. I just look at her and say, listen, don't even try that shit, okay? Because we wouldn't be going through this problem if you would listen. All right? And I'm the one that's basically, making sure that I'm on the kids behind when it comes to them doing their work. All right? Wheelchair theme. You've been waiting, buddy? Now you're leaving? Oh, man. Don't leave. There you go. Turn back around. There you go. Turn back around. I tell you. How do I know them so well? Right? The same target and shit. So anyway, this is what some fundamental things that she doesn't quite understand. I've been trying to get her to understand for years. Like I said, you have to change your mindset. You have to come into a consciousness and understand what is going on. Understand how you are being manipulated by these devils who, again, when it comes to their relationship with us, is one of psychopathic and sociopathic, and to keep you enslaved one way or the other. Okay? And this is what we fundamentally don't understand and don't get until it's too late. Okay? This is white supremacist KKK mindset, and they're transferred into the minds of nigger peers. And like I tell her, you know, go look at other women who are doing the same thing you have done in the same manner that you were doing it. It didn't end up well for them. Okay? And every time they can get a chance to destroy a black person's life, they'll do it. We see them do it on the police force, planting drugs in innocent black men. And like I say, eventually they're going to do it to their own. You know? So she was telling me about some coworker that spent 10 grand on a ticket to see Taylor Swift. And I'm like, that's celebrity worship. That is celebrity, and that is the extreme, is the conditioning that they've done to these people. And she was like, well, they're white. I said, yeah, but guess who they practice on first? Okay? Guess who they practice, you know, cognitive warfare on first? Okay? Guess who they practice coercive persuasion programming on first? Right? Guess who they practice creating a hyper materialistic mindset in first? Guess who they practice on creating the hypersexual behaviors on first? Right? See, we tend to think that just because now we see a certain section of a certain group of people engaging in the same thing, that's just a very small percentage of them. Whereas almost the majority of black men and black women are exhibiting the negative behavior patterns because of their negative conditioning. And that's the majority, right? Now, when I say majority, people think, well, it's like 90%, 80%. No. Right? So out of 100, you know, 51 would be a majority. But in black people case, the majority for us engaging in the type of behavior, we're talking about upwards of close to about, I would say about 70%. Okay? 70%. Now, why do I say 70%? Right? Because we know in any society, any group of people, 30% of those people within those groups need to be in fields of study, fields of employment that will greatly benefit that group of people. At least 30%. Black people as a whole, we're in the single digits. And if you combine, let's say you combine those fields in which black people are in the single digit of, when you combine them together, okay, it's about the high teens, right? And when I say those fields, I'm talking about 30% of the population of those group of people in each of those fields, right? You know what I'm saying? So in the medical field, you have about 30% of those people, right? In the science field, you have 30% of those people. Okay? In the education psychology field, might be a little less, but you know, I would say about 20%, 25%. Right? But those are the fields in which you need. So you need about, I would say, let's say the STEM field. In the STEM field, you gotta have at least 30% of that population, right? In the STEM field, okay? And then you have the medical field, which again, you may have 20% of those people. All right? So those are highly skilled fields. But the black population don't even come close. Right? Don't even come close. So again, this is why we continue to be in the position that we're in. and they know this, that they have to keep us in this position. That they have to deter us from, a certain number of us from getting into certain fields, right? And if they have to dumb down the vast majority of black people, that's what they'll do. They'll dumb us down, right? They'll limit our intelligence. Okay? See, we thinking that we're free. No, we're not free. Like I said, they know exactly who to promote, who to use, who they're going to use as a gatekeeper. And this is why I love listening to Bobby Hemmett, because, sometimes the things that I say, right, I didn't even hear from him. But when I go listen to some of his videos, he's saying exactly the same thing I'm saying, except that he's more advanced. He grabbed his scratch. Except he's more advanced, right? Except he is way more advanced, right? So yeah. So these people, it's interesting, and again, I got to do another video on this. Well, they like to sometimes say subliminal message about security and public safety and all this bullshit. Because again, it is bullshit, right? It is bullshit. Okay. There was a posted article today on Facebook of this white police officer, woman, female, who was stealing money from the Crime Stopper tips, right? So she got somebody, she give them information, they'll call, give a tip, and they'll be collecting, money. And she was the head of that department, right? So, like I tell you, man, these people, people don't tend to want to listen when I talk about the majority of criminals are on the predator department across America, right? The law enforcement, But, when you look at the statistics, you look at the things that they do, they are, And the fact that the department hid it. They hid it for about a year, I think, until somebody did an investigation. I think it was a newspaper, an investigative journalist, So even, listen, they have tried in this country to deter, to discredit investigative journalists, particularly those who, speak the truth, those who report on the truth. And the reason why I talk about Michael Hastings, the reason why they killed Michael Hastings was to deter future investigative journalists not to get involved in these types of journalism. Okay? I mean, you gotta understand how it is that they deter people through fear. Okay? That's why they constantly try to use fear to deter me from continuing to expose what it is that they're doing, right? And then they want to talk about I'm a threat. I'm not a threat. They're the threat. They know what they did, and I know what they did. Okay? They're the threat. Anytime you can manipulate a group of people or individuals, right? You basically brainwash them. Okay? So you can criminalize them. So you can experiment on them and try to get away with it. I'm not the threat. You're the threat. Okay? So like I said, I'm always going to push back on that shit because they know what they did and I know what they did. They're the threat. Okay? You don't see me stopping people on the street talking about they look suspicious and beating them over the head or planting drugs on them, right? Or arresting them and putting on a whole bunch of crimes that they never committed. But that's what these predators do, right? On the police force. So who's the threat to public safety, right? Engaging in rape of black women, okay? Doing all sorts of heinous shit, right? But because they're in a position of authority, that's enough to block the senses of Negropean people, men and women. That even though they continue to show us over and over again that they are the predators, that they are the threat, somehow they can make you and I believe that another black person is a threat. Okay? Talk about that FBI agent in Queens, the former FBI agent who had an arsenal of ghost guns, untraceable weapons. Right? This guy was a member of the FBI. Right? Let's talk about even here in New York, right? How these guns that are supposed to be ghost guns that are supposed to be destroyed, how they vanish out of thin air. In Chicago too, LA too. Right? These guns end up back on the street. Even let's talk about the ATF and what they were doing. Right? But yet they got you nigger peers convinced that I'm a threat, or TIs or target individuals is a threat. No, we're not a threat. We're trying to let you guys know what's going on, what they've been doing. Right? Like I said, they're not getting away with that shit. No way. It's not happening. Like I said, at this point, they're not going to shut me up. I don't care what they do. Okay? Because ultimately, like I said, if we as TIs, we have committed any crimes, okay, they would have thrown us in jail already. But no, but they need us to be the distraction while they engage in criminal activity and to keep the public eyes off of what it is that they do. Okay? That's right. Yeah, I see you. I see you doing the hand sitting up behind your head. Anyhow, I gotta check the bus schedule because it looks like this bus is taking a while to come. Yeah, like they leave. Yeah, no. They're waiting for the bus and the bus not coming. It is what it is. Anyhow, talk to you guys in the next video.